Hey guys, what's up? It's the Czar here signing in. How's everyone doing? I know it's been a while since I've been on here since I last spoke to you guys, but been a little busy of late. But now I'm back here, of course, keeping up all the stories as the hot stove begins to heat up in Major League Baseball. So we'll start off here with the teams here, our local teams here in New York Mets and New York Yankees. And first, let me start off by saying congratulations to all my Met fans out there, my friends who are Met fans. Um, they finally their dream finally came true as the Wilpons finally sold the team to a billionaire owner. I'm sure you're looking forward to that, huh? You're gonna be one of the highest payrolls in baseball there with the New York Yankees and the Dodgers and all. So now there's no excuse not to win a World Series every year, right? Met fans, you always rubbed it in our faces. Us having the highest payroll in baseball and not winning every year. So now you'll get a taste of it how it is. Okay. So again, congratulations and competition. The city here is it's gonna be great. It's great for the city. It's great for baseball. Great rivalry. So looking forward to that. So we start off with the New York Yankees. As the number one priority is to re-sign DJ LeMahieu. Um, and I couldn't have said it more, especially right after the season ended, and we knew he was heading into free agency. How the Yankees should definitely try to re-sign this guy. He's he's everything what a Yankee should be. Very low key guy, goes about his business. He's not all flashy. He kind of reminds me of like the team, like those players that won the 1998 team. Um, not the diva type, not the diva material. Just go play baseball, and just and he's a winner. So he does everything right. Great hitter, great defender. Definitely. Oh, and most importantly, he's clutch. So definitely, that's the guy we want back. So hopefully, gets done. There have been reports that his agent wants seeking a 5-year deal, $100 million. And then other reports have also mentioned that he is willing to stay with the New York Yankees. Maybe take less money and and re-sign with them. So if I'm Brian Cashman and in the front office, I'd be on the phone with his agent right now, trying to negotiate a deal and close this out, and just assure the fact that he'll be on this team, in the next 2 or 3 years. Which they probably won't, come. It probably won't be 2 or 3 years. I say the Yankees probably go, and it's not that they really want to probably go the fourth year. Hopefully, if they agree. Hopefully something happens soon. Um, the New York Mets are right in this. Um, you know, the owner just got $24 million richer with the whole Robinson Cano suspension, which I'll get into that a little bit later. Um, so definitely an interesting offseason. Yankees have a lot of things they have to address, and the other thing is the catcher position with Gary Sanchez. Gary Sanchez signed with the Yankees. The Yankees signed him when he was 16. They gave him $3 million, and he grew up here. He grew up, came up through the organization. Yankees invested a lot of time and money in him. Um, we all saw what he did in 2016, that second half, um, and all the home runs he was hitting. 2017, he had a great offensive year. He was having issues with his defense and the pass balls and all of that. Uh, and then after that, the following year, he took a step back, with the injuries and all, though the power numbers were there, but the batting average was low. 19, again, he put up numbers, but, the batting average kept dropping, and his defense was just not getting better. Um, so it's definitely a decision the Yankees have to make going into 2021. Um, they are supposed to offer him arbitration, which they have until December 2nd to do so. If they don't, I think they could either try to trade him, which you're probably not going to get much back in return, or you just release him. And the danger with releasing him is any team will pick him up. A team will pick him up for sure. Any team will take a chance on Gary Sanchez. They're going to try to fix him. And the one fear the New York Yankees have is that other team unlocking that potential that they were waiting for all these years since he came up. Okay, so I think that's something the Yankees don't want to see. Like, say, for example, they release him and the Tampa Bay Rays pick him up and they fix him and he becomes a great player. And something that he wasn't here, which, he wasn't terrible. I mean, I've been a Gary Sanchez guy, but after this year, it's just very hard to defend him. I was like on board, but maybe it's time to move on from him. So my prediction is the Yankees will probably try to fix Gary Sanchez and give him another shot here. Though if they don't, you have every right to every right not to, because of what we've seen. So and the other catchers out there on the market want a ton of money, which I don't see the Yankees dancing in those waters. Okay, Yadier Molina, the vet. He's a veteran, future Hall of Famer. He's 38 years old. He's looking for a 2-year deal. I don't see the Yankees giving him a 2-year deal, maybe 1-year deal, and you pretty much be getting him just for his defense, because the power numbers and have definitely have been declining at especially at his age and the past few years. So definitely, I don't see a fit there. Then you have JT Realmuto, which me personally, Yankees signed JT Realmuto. Say if they were to give him that whatever he's asking for, which probably 5 years, 100+ million. I'd have a feeling. I personally have a feeling it's Brian McCann 2.0, and we thought we were getting Brian McCann. We thought we were getting an all-star catcher. Didn't really didn't live up to the expectation. I mean, especially in the offensive side. He played. He called great games. He was a great defender, and but just I expected more from the offensive side, which we didn't really get to see. And the numbers that he did put up were mostly because of the short porch at Yankee Stadium. Okay, so at this point, with how Gary played last year, honestly, I probably would not have a problem if they gave Kyle Higashioka the starting job. Again, that was we saw what Higashioka can do, but then again, it's probably he's probably fitted best to his ability in the role that he played as a backup. So so we will see. Still a lot of the offseason left. So many things can happen as we hear the rumors that maybe the Yankees are also in on Lindor, which is other teams as well, the New York Mets. Lindor, great player. He would be definitely get the attention here in New York. Definitely bring eyeballs to the TV. But you do have to give up a lot. You probably have to empty out the farm, which obviously you gotta give up talent or potential talent to get back talent, and that's what it will take. So again, I've always said if the Yankees don't re-sign DJ LeMahieu, they have to go out there and make a big splash and sign and maybe make a trade like that and try to lock him up right away, as you'll probably get him for 1 year and then he becomes a free agent. So I would try to negotiate right away and lock him up. Because if you're gonna give that much talent, you better make sure he stays on your team for the next 6 or 7 years. I would say. Okay. Another thing that has not been talked much, other than obviously I know the big stories and what we keep track of is what's gonna happen with DJ LeMahieu and stories about Gary Sanchez, is the Yankee bullpen. The Yankee bullpen. I think it has to be addressed this offseason. They have to get some more arms in here. As we know, the bullpen took a big step back here in 2020. We saw it in the playoffs. They were very thin. Under the radar injury was not Adam Ottavino, Tommy Kahnle. He was a big that him actually getting hurt and getting Tommy John surgery actually really hurt the team. It hurt the bullpen. And also Adam Ottavino did not have a good year. He did not pitch well. Definitely, Aaron Boone, you show that he could not rely on him, did not trust him especially in the playoffs. So he's another guy that could probably be moved this offseason as well, maybe included in a deal. And also, I think if the Yankees get a shortstop, or if DJ LeMahieu signs, the odd man out might be Luke Voigt here. If you move if you get someone to play maybe like an Andrelton Simmons to play shortstop, you move Glaber back to second. DJ LeMahieu's your first baseman, and I think Luke Voigt's odd man out. And then listen, I like Luke Voigt. He had a great season, and I'm very surprised he didn't get more consideration for the AL MVP. I personally thought at one point he was a AL MVP hands down. So maybe if you try to sell high on him now, include him in the deal. So, he's a been a great Yankee. He's definitely I wasn't expecting to get that ability they shown here with the Yankees that he didn't really get the chance to show in St. Louis. So so he's not untouchable. So I would not be surprised if he's included in the deal, if if it was to work out just like I mentioned. But that's just what I think. What do I know? It's just my opinion, which is what is the beauty of all this, and we could all agree to disagree. So so now I want to get into my boy Robbie Cano. Man, when Robbie Cano bolted for Seattle and at the end of the 2013 season, that off season, I was heartbroken. Robbie Cano was my favorite Yankee. Pretty much, myself also growing up, seeing him when he came up in 2005. We saw all the talent and all the potential, and he showed that, after 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, all-star caliber, his talent is like Hall of Fame worthy. And then, he signed a big contract with Seattle. Fine. I understand why the Yankees didn't do it. I understand why he did, and I understand why the Mariners did it. Signed a 10-year deal, $240 million. And he had, pretty good seasons with Seattle. And then in 2018, he gets busted for PEDs. He suspended 80 games. He loses half of his salary. Then, the following year, gets traded to the New York Mets. Not so great. So then he has like a bounce back year here in the 60-game season here in 2020. And then now we find out a few days ago that he gets busted for the second time for PEDs. It's like, Robbie, how fucking stupid can you be? Excuse my language, but you're playing, you were my favorite Yankee at one point. You left, I was heartbroken. And even when you're, we're on another team, when you were with Seattle with the New York Mets, I looked at you, Robbie, and I still saw you in a Yankee uniform. To me, you were still a Yankee no matter what. I always thought, even with the PED use the first time, I thought maybe there would be a good chance you could maybe one day get into the Hall of Fame. And I'm not saying you were definitely, because, with the talent that this guy had, his Hall of Fame talent, maybe he gets some consideration. But with this second time now, it's definitely a sure thing he will not get. I think that takes care of that. Case closed. Robbie's not getting in. Okay? He's losing $24 million, that just made the Mets $24 million richer. Well, Steve Cohen. And, it's just unbelievable. What is he thinking? What was Robbie Cano thinking? I was hoping one day, man, Robbie gets into the Hall of Fame as a New York Yankee. It's going to be such a great honor, And, but no. So Robbie Cano is to miss the 2021 season. It's the first time you get caught. It's 80 games. Second time is a full season. So so definitely it's sad. It's sad. What just happened with Robbie Cano, and now you really wonder. All that great hitting and everything we saw from him is because of the steroids. The PEDs. So definitely shocked when I heard the news. Shocked, and he's a nice guy. He seems like he's a very nice guy. Other guys who are freaking jerks, which some of the baseball writers won't vote him in because of the fact that they didn't like him. But I think Robbie Cano, I still think he had a chance. David Ortiz is getting in, and he's a god. So I guess if the writers like you, you have a good chance. Even though he did it, but they'll still vote him in. eventually one day. And how about the Florida Marlins? New GM, female. Congratulations to them, Derek Jeter. Definitely breaking barriers there. Um, you know, very highly thought of. She worked for the New York Yankees. I'm not really familiar with her. I know she worked the late '90s with the Yankee organization. Has bounced around a few teams, and now she's Miami Marlins general manager, first female general manager of professional sports, and that's great. Congratulations to her, the Miami Marlins. Um, so guys, so much so much more still. So we'll touch on base with that. Any more breaking news, anything, we'll have it here for you. My boy Marcus Stroman um, accepted the qualifying offer. I mean, he'd be stupid not to. Hey, almost $19 million for this year. You go out there, work your ass off, and you work yourself for another contract. Um, I had a feeling in me that the Mets were hoping that he didn't take it, but again, he didn't play last year because of COVID-19, so so no one was gonna offer him nothing close to what the Mets qualifying offer was. So he's smart and he took it. I don't blame him. I think maybe he'll give some of that to me. I mean, hey, he called me a clown, so no, probably not. But that's okay. That's okay. All right, guys. So make sure you stay tuned. You know, many more. I'll promise not to miss out for this long like I did. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, the notification bell. All right. It's the Czar here. He's signing off. The evil empire lives. Have a good one, everyone. Stay safe.